So we got a new basketball model from New Balance Hoops. Yeah, it smells like a two-way player. Hey, what's good guys? My name's Chris. Welcome back to the official WearTesters.com YouTube channel. Today we got a detailed look and review of these. I don't know what to think about these. I don't want to call them potential bad boys, mostly for one main reason, and I'll talk about that, well, probably first. This is the New Balance two-way. I believe that these have released already. These were sent over by New Balance, so big thank you to you guys. I really appreciate it. And with that being said, we have this, I don't know what to call this, man. Is this coral? That's what Adidas called it. I don't know what New Balance calls it, but I guess. There's two things that I think about the traction. The first thing is that it's thick, and so I think that that's going to be great for durability outdoors. As far as performance indoors though, that's the part where I'm like, none of this is going to move. It's all very solid, very tight, very thick, not very pliable, and I just think it's weird. Especially when you put it next to this one, which is very similar. This is the Kawaii, but inside of these coral lines or whatever, there's other lines that come up and it has that sweeper thing, like the blade. At least that part will catch on the floor. This part though is like, what part is gonna stick? So as long as that rubber compound's good, then I think it'll be all right. But again, I'm just like kind of cautious. On top of that, I don't know what it is about these. Mostly it's this one right here, but like this one, like they are curled or whatever. Like, I don't know, it's wobbly and stuff. It's not flat.
Taking a page off of Kyrie.
Something. I don't really dig that, but we'll see how it goes. There is a lot of different textures on there as far as material go. Not texture, but like visual things. You got the solid, the clear, and the solid again. It looks good. What I like though is that you can see the chicken foot suspension or some, I don't know. The torsional bar, man, you can see that thing in there. Looks like a chicken foot. And this is the same torsional bar that was in the New Balance Omnis shoe. Not the same one that's in the Kawaii. That one's got just a really big beefy TPU kind of spring plate. This one's a little bit different. It's a little thinned out.
It's like a pig foot.
This one right here, like a hoof, or I don't know how to say hoof. You know, like I don't know how to say it where I don't sound like a dumbass. But yeah, so that's one of the reasons why these guys right here, these are mad stiff, and these feel a little bit better because they don't have that big ass plate in the bottom. But the traction reminds me of just how good the traction on the Omnis was. The Omnis traction is amazing, and so like I was like, how would you go from that to this? I'm not saying that this is bad. I'm just saying it worries me a little bit. That's all.
Is this a follow-up shoe to the Omnis?
I believe so, because this is not a signature. I don't think this is just called the two-way. This is the Kawaii.
That makes sense, because doesn't the Omnis have a 1 in it?
It does. The names are really weird. Like, I know that they're trying to like set themselves apart and stuff from like other brands, but
we need like a family tree.
It's just because they're new. So maybe when there's a few more other models, like we'll be like, oh, you see the lineage or whatever, but like with the Clydes and stuff like that from Puma, even though they're all very different, but at least they start off with the Puma Clyde, and there's a weird name. Now the cushion on these guys is just like what's on here and what was on the Omnis, which is their fuel cell cushion. The fuel cell stuff on the Omnis felt great. This whole shoe, I have not played in them at all because every time I put them on, I take them right back off. They're just really stiff, man. And it's really weird because it's a textile, you know, and I'm just surprised at how stiff this shoe is. This guy right here feels a little bit better. It feels a little, again, more closer to, you know, what the Omnis was. So this feels like a, what you were saying, you know, lineage. And what the fuel cell does is actually it has extra nitrogen air pockets, because normally with an injected foam, you'll have air in there, and that's what you feel usually, and then it bottoms out because the more that you wear the shoe, all of those little air pockets or those air bubbles that are inside of the foam collapse and break, and then the foam bottoms out, and that's that dead feeling that you get after however many wears. Nitrogen's supposed to be a longer lasting version of that, so it won't bottom out as quickly as a regular injected foam. On the Omnis shoe, which is my only real reference point besides like some runners and stuff, and the runners just feel really good to me, so, and they feel different. It's much like Under Armour. Under Armour running hover feels different than Under Armour basketball hover, and that's how the fuel cell is. The fuel cell in the running stuff feels really, really good. The fuel cell in the basketball stuff is much more muted. So hopefully I do get some playing time in these, because I am curious. Like, these feel a lot better than this one. Again, this one just makes me not want to play. Like, I put them on, I'm like, this shit, I'm not doing this. Like the Harden, the Volume 5. Jalik could do it.
Jalik doesn't want to do it either.
I know, I feel so bad. Speaking of Jalik, he got a different colorway of these, and we do have his thoughts on them right now.
What's up, it's Jalik from WearTesters.com here, just to give a couple of my quick thoughts on the New Balance two-way. First of all, before I get started, I want to send a big thank you to New Balance for sending these my way. Now, I don't want to go over too many things that Chris may have gone over, so I'll just kind of give some of my opinions on some things. One opinion being that I'm not so sure this wasn't what the original design for the New Balance Kawhi signature was supposed to be. The reason why I say that is because they borrow a lot of aesthetics, design elements from the Kawhi, some design elements that I thought were specific to Kawhi and his story as far as his connection to the Los Angeles area, the whole earthquake thing. You have a very similar outsole pattern to the Kawhi signature, as well as the kinetic stitch design that's on the side panels. I shouldn't say panels, it's not so much of a panel on this shoe. If I recall correctly, that was when Kawhi signed with the Los Angeles Clippers. I almost called them the New Balance Clippers. But the day he signed with LA, there was actually an earthquake in the area. So that was of significance for him to put on a shoe, and yet we have it here on the team shoe. So I don't know, that's just my theory. Maybe this started out as a sketch for the Kawhi signature, and once they got everything kind of going with the shoe as far as it being made, they decided to pivot and go with a slightly different design. I don't know for sure, it's just speculation. I did go a half size down from my true size in both the Kawhi and the Omnis. Same case in these, but I will say these fit a little bit closer to the Omnis in my opinion. They might be a little bit more snug in the toe box, but I would still recommend most go a half size down. Thank you all for rocking with WearTesters as always. And until the next time.
So my thoughts on the upper right here, again, they feel way better than these. The whole thing feels stiff.
That's what she said.
Don't like any of it. This guy right here is much softer, feels more textile, more knit based, which I like. Something that I really like though, that I wish that they did on the majority, is that some of these overlays are actual like leathers and stuff. It feels and looks amazing. Like this little tiny patch of suede right there, more of that, man. In today's day and age, why do this skin fuse stuff when we don't have to anymore? This guy, they did the patent leather. It's not real leather, it's synthetic, but it's cool. So why don't we do that here? Put that suede right there, man. Blue suede on the toe, just stitch it on, it'd be fine. Something that I do think is very interesting though is that they say that this outsole is data driven. Not only was that an Adidas thing, but again, it looks like that Adidas coral thing. So I just think it's interesting. I am curious. I don't know when I'm gonna get to play on the court though. Like an indoor one. So all I'm gonna know is that like how it performs outside, and it's probably gonna do just fine. The outside grips with everything almost. They also say that this is a positionless shoe, so it's for 1 through 5. It's kind of like their version of a hyperdunk or whatever, which is what the Omnis was too. They're saying that this shoe is built for your style of play, which is very Omnis, yeah?
Very inclusive.
Very much. Omnis means that, right?
Does it?
I don't know if Omnis is an actual word. Oh, that's funny. Omnis translates to mean every or all.
Bitchy.
So yeah, that pretty much takes care of for these guys. Retail price is about 130, which is not too bad, you know what I mean? It's under that 150 mark, which I think is cool. Again, they're available right now in 2 colorways, this one and that bright pink one. Much less stiff than these guys right here. And again, it's built for everyone. It's an everyman shoe, so whether you're at the 1 all the way up to the 5, this shoe should work for you. So that pretty much takes care of it for these guys. Again, this is the New Balance two-way. Let us know what you think about these down below in the comment section as well. Are you interested in grabbing a pair? Are you interested in trying them out? Have you tried them out already? If you have, what are your thoughts? Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, guys, have a good one.